Hello everyone, my name is Faiz Khan and I'm the founder of Insan Corporation. We are trying to build this community of people, of individuals who have a lot to share to others, to inspire others. The sole motive of this podcast, Atmanirbhar Talks, is to share stories which can inspire others as well as give them some insights of a particular domain. So today we have Neela Tandon with us. Neela, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you so much for introducing yourself and your brand. And hi, everyone, whoever's listening. I'm Neela Tandon, and I have been a dancer since I was 4 years old. And I have been a massive stage baby. And I am currently pursuing dance movement therapy because I believe that there is a lot more to dancing than just moving on stage and doing choreographed steps. It's a lot about your journey and your connection with the self.
Mhm.
So, along with doing dance movement therapy, I have also done a lot of helped with a lot of wedding choreographies or commercial shoots and everything. And I've been on the dancing as well as choreographing side. And to give a background, I have also been in the corporate sector where I have worked as a marketing professional for pharmaceutical companies, and I've built pharma brands, the drugs that you consume or apply on a daily basis. I have
Mhm.
helped build some of them. So
Nice.
I have had a very mixed portfolio, but my heart and my soul is all into dancing and making others be a better version of themselves.
Nice, so nice. So you have a wide range of domain expertise that I can see from that I can hear from you. That you have been into marketing, you are into dance, choreography. So just to get to know more about you, what is this dance movement therapy? That I also saw it in your profile, and you have also mentioned it right now. So what's it's all about?
So I've heard a lot of people asking, I'm not a dancer. How can I be a dance movement? How can I get into dance movement therapy?
Hmm.
So being a facilitator, we wouldn't call ourselves therapists. We call ourselves facilitators. So to be somebody of the sort, it's just to give space, a very warm and open space for the person who is moving to get in touch with themselves, their emotions, and how they're feeling in the present moment. So, dance movement therapy is all about connecting your mind, body, and soul
Okay.
into your physical mind. So we have subconscious minds that we don't have those thoughts very vividly
Mm-hmm.
in our day-to-day life. So dance movement therapy basically helps us resolve any thoughts or rather unresolved issues or thoughts that we have in our subconscious, and we bring the subconscious to the conscious through movement.
Okay.
So what
Okay.
we as facilitators, just give that creative expression freedom so that anybody who wants to move or feel in a certain way can feel, like their mind and their body and their soul is all
Hmm.
connected in one in the current time scenario.
Okay, okay. I get that. It's all about somewhat you are relating to physical movement into spirituality, I guess. That's what you are trying to achieve through this dance movement
Yes.
therapy. Who initiated this, by the way?
In the West, there are a lot of pioneers
Hmm.
from America. I personally have a lot of affiliation and respect for Marion Chase. She
Hmm.
has been one of those who has begun this, and she herself had a lot of dance background. And from dance, she also went into this psychotherapeutic section of it, that, dance not just releases a lot of happy hormones like we know, it
Hmm.
also has a lot of impact, a positive impact to the
Hmm.
physical body. So that is the one thing that I resonated with completely, and I wanted to dive really deep into this particular field, if you would call it. So it's still very low on awareness in India, at least. We have a lot of our fellow dance movement therapists who are trying to do great work and help people live better lives. And
Nice.
this actually, anybody can take up dance movement therapy. It's not somebody who is experiencing PTSD or anybody with anxiety or
Mm.
depression. It's also for very serious clients with proper medical
Nice.
diagnosis like schizophrenia or Parkinson's.
Mm.
And it has actually helped people have better mind body coordination.
Nice, nice, nice. Have you heard of Osho?
Yes, I have.
So, just wanted to relate to it that Osho somewhere did the same thing, I guess, with bringing dance movement or physical movement into spirituality. He had some programs in his camp that allowed anybody to come forward and dance in a particular way. Although it was more into different kind of sense, but I guess is there any similarities between those things?
So I would say what he was trying to do was a little different, but
Mhm.
what came out from the person moving, that feeling could have been similar. So we're all trying to aim for connection. You know, spirituality is something that I would want to connect to. It's not necessarily a spiritual angle, dance movement therapy, but it's a lot to do with connection first. So till the time you build connection with yourself, it's difficult to gain better spiritual sense. So it's actually like building blocks to become a little more spiritual. So I wouldn't say particularly Osho's method I would want to comment on, but definitely when you start moving with the
Mhm.
way your mind and your body wants to move without any extra thought or interference from any other different physical, external or internal factors, that is your true self, and that is what is connection that we're trying to work towards.
So nice to hear about that. So now I would like to just change the topic. What type of dance form do you usually perform? And why do you love? What kind of dance form you love?
I am all out 360 to be honest. When
Hmm.
I was young, I did hip hop. Then I got into Bollywood, obviously, because we're Indians. Bollywood has stayed throughout.
I just have one
So
question. When dancers say Bollywood, what's the genre of Bollywood? Because that particularly doesn't lie in any domain as per I know. So in a matrix of all that dance forms that exist currently, Bollywood is something totally different. So
that is
how
true.
do you define that?
So Bollywood is completely different. I have a lot of views about that also. There is also a certain dance form, particularly that people call commercial. It's when
Hmm.
you're basically freestyling and you go with the feel of the song. So there is
Okay.
no particular dance form, that there is no specific popping and locking, or there are no
Ah,
jazz lines, there are no kicks, no splits, but you're moving with the song. The song speaks to you. So whenever I also choreograph pieces like that, I wonder, what did I just choreograph? What style is this? So it's that is what commercial is. And obviously when we Bollywood is a totally different genre. You will feel it. You cannot have a masaledar Bollywood number playing and not moving with it. So that is my definition of Bollywood. Ke boss, gana baja hai and you're moving to it. You just can't stop from grooving. And Bollywood
right.
majorly for me differentiates with any other technical form through the expressions.
Hmm.
Bollywood stands a class apart when you're expressing and you're really feeling that
Right. Yes.
mamali masala. So that is
Ah.
where I feel Bollywood is stands apart for sure. But there is a lot of Indo-Western and semi-classical dancing also that is getting really popular.
Hmm.
So that being said, because I have a very pure love for dance as a form, I have tried all of these forms. I've even taken elementary jazz training also
Oh, nice.
in my years. So I have been probably, I think Bharatnatyam and Kathak also I've done. Kathak, I think I did in the fifth grade. Bharatnatyam, I learned for a couple of years in the
Mm.
seventh grade. So I wanted to make sure that my body was able to adapt to any dance form. But official training was done in jazz. So I had a full jazz and contempt phase where I could barely do any hip hop moves, and my body was all flowy and lines and straight kicks and pointed fingers and toes. So I had my phase. But right now, I can safely say that learning dance movement therapy, I'm being able to encapsulate all of that into one physical body. So I am able to connect with a song or even without a song now. Now, a lot of times with my classmates also, and I personally, when we started the course, it used to feel really weird when they would say, okay, you know what, now just move without the music. Music is distraction. And I never understood that. How can music be distraction when that is what you move on? So that is
Well,
something,
this is the first
yeah.
time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, so I highly recommend you try that. It's a basic, it might seem very difficult, but I can give you two or three tips, even to the others who are listening, how
Yeah,
to
sure.
move without music.
I'm totally up for it. Go for it. Let's go for it. What are some tips
With
that you would like to?
movement with yourself, it will just make you fall in love with everything you possibly own. It's so to be able to feel comfortable with this, I
Hmm.
would suggest that you have enough space to move,
Hmm.
and preferably bare feet, because we believe that there is a very strong connection that you establish. We
Hmm.
call it grounding, where you're very aware of your surroundings. So,
Okay.
give yourself at least a minute's time to walk bare feet and put your mind in your feet and start walking around. And for all I know, start smelling the room, start looking at things around you, start bringing yourself in the present moment and cut out all the thoughts that are there. You want to touch the wardrobe, you want to touch the wall, you want to touch the mirror, or you want to even touch the ground to start with. Start inactivating all your five senses, you know so that
Okay.
helps you come into your current space. And then when you are in your current space, you'll be able to feel it. You're walking and breathing and moving in a very connected pattern. You will feel it, that you feel like one whole entity and not helter skelter. You'll feel it. You will know it when that happens. Your breath is stabilized, your walk has stabilized. I'm doing it while I'm speaking to you right now. So I know that I am
Oh,
very
okay.
much aware of what I'm doing in the room right now. I know what all is there in my room right now. And then you just start moving. When you know that this is where I am, this is
Hmm.
who I am, and
Hmm.
this is what I am. When you will get a sense of that, and then just feel the need. You will feel the need to either extend your arms straight or expand upwards or drop down to the floor. Just let yourself loose in that moment, even if it is you feel like continuing walking. That is also something that we call authentic movement, that you would just, it's something that is coming very, very naturally from you without any external intervention. So right now you are not telling me what to do, but I'm feeling like just walking, and I'm doing that. And my voice is not quavering, my heart is not pounding. And if I want, I can drop to the floor right now. I can go up and kick in the air, or I can expand. And this is basically dance movement therapy. You don't hear anybody giving you instructions. You do your mental state, your physical state is telling you to do. And when you actually accomplish that, you feel very, very connected and whole, complete and light. And I've done that with a lot of clients that we speak about as I'm speaking, and they don't understand. I don't think I have any medical condition. I
Hmm.
don't feel anxious right now. I don't think I'm depressed. But that doesn't mean that you can't be a better version of yourself than you are in this present moment. So that is something that I really hope people hear and understand, that dance movement therapy is not just for somebody with a medical condition or somebody who has discomfort in their
Hmm.
life. There
Hmm.
is always scope for getting more comfort in life and feeling more connected to yourself. Just try that without music. When you are actually, we call this grounding or attunement, that you feel with your current space and environment and your own body. When you do feel that, music is actually a distraction in that moment. You just want you and your space and your silence, and it feels fantastic.
I will try it today. I will try it
Yeah.
after this conversation. I will sure, because you hearing to you, I can realize the true form of high on life uh, uh, phrase.
Yeah.
The with that energy that you're saying everything that you have felt and you want others to feel is really something I find very fascinating about people when they say, because see, dancers, singers, this all is a kind of art, and when you relate to that, then something extraordinary comes out, and people usually like that. But you have to feel that connection in between. And talking to you, I can feel that vibe. I can feel that high on life phrase in real life. Really glad to talk to you right now. I'm to be very honest, I'm really glad to talk to you right now. And see, this kind of conversation I really expect from not, I'm not demeaning anyone, but I really expect from some artist, some book enthusiast people or movie enthusiast people. They say this expression, they say their feeling when they have gone through that some particular kind of thing. I have talked to many dancers, singers as such, but none of them has given me this kind of vibe that you currently gave, and I really appreciate that. I'm really thankful to you, and I hope
Thank you.
our listeners will relate to it, and they try to do something uh, dance
That
movement.
is so kind of you. Thank you so much.
I'll do
Really.
that.
But
Yeah.
to be honest, everybody has their own, set of expertise, and I understand where you're coming from. But with everyone's set of expertise comes a certain hope and rather expectation that I am expected to be the best at this. So I
Right.
will be the best at this. And then probably, not be able to explore other things. This high on life is something that I would actually applaud you for hitting the spot bang on, because there's no need for anything else then. You don't need any. I don't want to talk about addiction over here in this forum, but you don't need to have alcohol to have fun. I can count the amount of times that we've gone out for an outing and I'm just like, no, I just don't feel like it. Money nahi kar raha. I'm enjoying the company as is. You just feel so much more secure and happy and light with your own self. You don't need anything else. So any amount of alcohol also becomes just some sort of a disconnect, rather, because you're not feeling that high that you can actually inculcate on your own into your own self. You're waiting for something else to put that into you. That being said, I don't say that you shouldn't have alcohol or anything. That's not my place to say.
Hmm.
But it's one of those things ke karke dekho acha lagega types. Try it and only then try it and then you will know. It's That's the major reason. See, I love dancing. I love performing on stage. I love that the feeling that the floor of the stage feels against your foot, and it's amazing. Just everything about the stage, the lights, the even the scent of the auditorium. There is a very peculiar scent an auditorium has, and the applause and the fact that all the lights are on you and you don't see anybody but everybody is seeing you, and
Hmm.
it's all about you in that moment. Despite that, I know that what I feel for dance, not everybody, or it'll be wrong to say everybody, but not a lot of people do feel that either. because they feel it's all about technique. And with so many beautifully trained and technique dancers that we have in our country right now,
Hmm.
people forget what dance is actually supposed to make you feel. Everyone's so focused on about, oh my god, I can't dance like this person, oh my god, I look so bad,
Hmm.
how can I do that? If you
Okay.
forget in this process that dance is actually a means to feel better about yourself, to feel
Right.
happier, to feel more social, to feel everything positive, if nothing else, So bringing yourself down or criticizing yourself that this doesn't look great, unless you are basically you're paid for, that's all you're being paid for
Hmm.
professionally.
Right.
It's something that you should still give yourself time, even if you come back from the set after a long working day and you've choreographed for an entire huge A grade movie, or you've choreographed for an entire 5 6 different big actors, and you've come back, but still give yourself 5 minutes to come back and just move with or without music for yourself. You owe it to yourself, to your own body, and not get scared about dancing as a technical term, because dancing is meant for everybody. You walking is a rhythm in itself. Our
Oh,
heartbeat
nice.
is a rhythm in itself. Think
Nice,
about
nice
it.
way to
Our
put it.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, when everything that you do in a daily routine is rhythmic, why would you give so much pressure to dancing as another rhythmic form of movement?
For sure.
Is all I
Yes.
have to say. Just think about that and give yourself 5 minutes every day. It's movement meditation for a reason. We call it movement meditation for a reason. I, for the longest time, had a lot of trouble to be able to sit and focus and meditate or bring myself to a center aligned thought process. So, because I couldn't do that, I all the more connected to this. That I feel more aligned, I feel more focused, I feel better. So that's apparently what people say, what they feel after meditating. So why is this any different, or why is this not as popular? That is something that I was really hoping to put this out to the world through this podcast that you've given. You've held such a beautiful space. Thank you so much for that.
No
Hearing
worries.
me rant for,
It's
for so long.
that's what they say about me, right? See, I'm a good listener. That's what they say, and that's why I started this podcast. So yeah, it was really nice hearing you, and I didn't wanted to interrupt in between. I had a lot. See, actually, I have a lot of questions that I wanted to ask, but somehow I am omitting all that, and I am just concentrating on what you are here to say. And I feel this is the first time happening. I have been part of photojournalist part. I've been in many organizations where I have to talk to people, and not many. I am not that old, so I have been to some organization where I have to talk to people and understand their side of story, because I love listening to people and I love hearing them out. Because I feel when you are talking to someone, it's just not about just hear their story out, and they are willing to share. And the kind of response that you gave, it's really overwhelming for me. And I would like to continue this. Instead of asking my own question, let's talk about you, what you are up to, and this kind of conversation. So you made a point that uh, in if we replace yoga with some kind of dance therapy, that would be more useful as compared to yoga right now.
I didn't really take the name of yoga or try to compare it with any therapy. I was
Okay,
just
let's
saying
let
that
let
I
let's just say,
personally,
I am
yeah,
saying this as an argument. What would you say to it?
I think they're two very, very different forms, and I would not want to mix them up because I'm not a professional yogi. So I would definitely not be able to pinpoint
Hmm.
ways that dance movement therapy would be better than that. But if I had to say, dance movement therapy also includes, like I said, it has a spiritual angle, it has a movement angle, it has uh, a lot of physical and mental health aspects. So if I speak about what all I have studied, I've also studied how to align, chakras, or I've learned about yogic postures.
You
So
know that
all of
you
this
know how to align chakras?
I have, yes, but obviously that is something that I have studied. I haven't yet practiced it on anybody because this kind of art form actually takes a lot of time to
Yes.
master.
A lot of time, a
Uh,
lot of time.
so all I would say is that all of these different forms that you would speak about, whether it is movement therapy or whether it is oral therapy or whether it is just yoga, Reiki, anything for that matter, any form of art that you speak, so to say, it all works towards the same goal. We work towards holistic development and holistic health. So I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. I would say grab as many as you can.
Right. Also, I just want to change topic, change the topic a little bit. It's all good. Dance is good. Dancing for yourself is very good. But as a dancer, you also need to make a living out of it, right? So,
Yep.
what are some of the ways through which one can pursue the dancing career as well, and somewhat relate to themselves? But how can they make living out of this dancing career?
It's a lovely question, especially considering at this point I have very, very recently left my corporate job and I am into this space. So I am trying to actually pick up as many options and possibilities as many as there could be.
Mhm.
So obviously there are a few mainstreams where you would get into choreographies, and
Mhm.
that is actually most people's bread and butter at this point, where you have your clients and either you do choreographies for their weddings or their personal events, or you take personal trainings for them.
Mhm.
You have clients that you train in dancing personally,
Okay.
or else, yeah. So there is a lot that you do commercially for non-celebrities. So when you go into a more celebrity angle, there is obviously advertising, shooting for commercials or choreographing for campaigns. And that again being said, digital presence, I believe, is very, very important for something like this. Building a digital portfolio, you yourself will start seeing the difference because
Right.
people would different kind of brands would come and approach you to do collaborations at this point. And now with collabs is something that is very important, especially in times as such that we've been facing since the
Right.
pandemic has hit. The
Mhm.
more people know about you, the more you mix and match and build stronger communities, the better you reach out and you spread your art and the beauty of your art out
Right.
wide.
Right.
So collaborative actually angles, approaches are something that I highly vouch for. It's something that is so beautiful because we eventually are humans, we are social animals. So the more you do connect with people, you feel like a sense of belonging,
Right.
not just, if I have to not make it sound dramatic, not just in this world, but definitely in your field. And it just makes you feel a lot more useful because you start understanding how different fields operate. You start understanding how different people in your field operate, and everybody has a different style, and you're basically always learning. That is if you
Mhm.
allow yourself to learn and you don't feel like you're the best that ever exists. So the key to actually being able to earn per
Mhm.
se is to just go head on. Don't think that this is beneath me. This is something I shouldn't do. This is something I can't do. Or ये तो किसी ने किया नहीं है. How would that be? If you think that you will be able to do it, you should just do it.
Right.
It's not even easier said than done. I'm just speaking from example. Like I have done it myself. So I wouldn't wait for anybody to tell me that ये कैसे होगा. If I feel like I can do it, if there is something telling me internally that I'll be able to nail it, I'll just do it, man.
Absolutely. And I believe that anybody who has some just common sense and consistency is the key. Just they can start doing it. You also mentioned about digital presence. Currently, for dancers, I would say there's just one platform, Instagram. There was TikTok, but TikTok is pretty famous in other foreign countries, but in India it's banned. So, what do you think? Because in TikTok, the growth rate was pretty high as compared to Instagram, because Instagram is a ocean. Meanwhile, TikTok was just a sea at that point of time. So, growth rate was pretty good at TikTok, but in Instagram, it's pretty slow. So, how would you suggest to make a digital presence? Is there any tips and tricks that you would suggest to our listeners?
Of course, that is true. Because Instagram is now becoming a very highly monetized module. First, it was a very different. Uh, it had a different method of working, and as always, they say that change is constant. So they have been upgrading and changing their algorithms and their mode of working and how they push certain content. So all of that has been changing very, very fast with Instagram. But
Right.
that being said, with with the pandemic coming in and everything going digital, lot uh, there is a lot that digital space has to offer. So I think people have just gotten exhausted. Earlier, it used to be a lot easier to be able to engage with content, and that's why people would actually watch a video that you have, conceptualized and put your heart and soul into choreographing, rehearsing, styling, shooting, editing. So all of those hard work parameters still exist for the content creator side, but
Mhm.
on a viewership side, it's the attention span, the patience in general has just gone very low because of the abundance that we have of content on market out there. So Instagram is still, regardless of all of that, is still my personal favorite. But there are a lot of different, if I could call them, TikTok replacement, or something that was there when TikTok went. There are a lot of apps like MX Takatak is there,
Hmm.
Moj, Josh. There are a lot of different apps that Proposo.
Moj is currently the leading company in this domain, I guess. It has a lot. It has the maximum number of users next to Instagram. Instagram is like huge, but as compared to TikTok, I guess Moj was the one in India which was able to replace TikTok, right?
That's great. I wouldn't be able to tell you the metrics of it because I haven't seen the numbers.
Hmm.
I am personally not on any of these apart from Instagram. I haven't built my presence on any of the other apps, to be very honest. And I am actually very, wouldn't say happy. It's just one of those slow and consistent growths. So you have to be consistent, and because it's one of those things, right? When Instagram came, everybody was already on Facebook. Now
Hmm.
that every all these other apps are there, everybody's already on Instagram. So the expanse and the variety in the audience that we have on Instagram is
Hmm.
is actually something that I want to cater to, considering I don't want to just get into dancing, but I also want dance movement therapy to be a big part of my life and what I offer. So that being said, when I say dance movement therapy is for everybody, I need to be on a place, on a platform where I have everybody.
Right. Makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
for yeah, so that is my personal understanding and reasoning and justification. But that being said, the rest of the three apps that I spoke about, four apps that I spoke about, are
Hmm.
working wonders for creators. They're getting great returns, they're getting great traction, and all that they're actually hoping for, they're getting on being on multiple platforms. So digital creator is, I am a 90s kid. So I have seen no digital to digital being everything at this point. And I'm
Right.
absolutely amazed. by how, you know, things can transform in such little time. And
Have you
digital
used
theater is
Orkut?
actually an occupation in itself. Yeah, yeah. I was one of those.
Yes,
Yes.
me too. I was also using Orkut, and it was fun at that time, but it somehow lost. So, okay, I also wanted to ask, what is the future of this domain that you're expecting, as in career, just in dancing and choreography and influencer and YouTuber, that kind of stuff? What is the future of this domain that you are expecting? Because there are a lot of ways that you can make a living out of your profession, and I can go on and on with that. But what's the future that you can say?
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. It'll just be scaled to a massive scale where I'm not just going to be impacting the people I know, but also the people they know and the people they don't know.
Hmm.
So I am not going to let go of any of these multiple facets that I spoke to you about. You're right, there are a lot of different ways that I can make my living out of this,
Right.
and I will, and I will,
I am sure you will.
as long as my mind, body, and everything.
Nice. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I guess you went on
Yeah.
mute. You're saying?
Oh, I was saying, as long as my mind and my body and my soul supports, I am going to be there, out there doing all of these things. And definitely get a few more people who are like minded and create a team of my own and be a boss lady and spread this message far and across and help everyone else lead a better life, a better version of themselves.
For sure. I'll make sure that more number of people hear to this. But it's nice. So nice talking to you. And
Thank
I
you.
truly believe that you will achieve something in life. And somewhere down the lane, I could say that, yeah, that was the person I talked to on podcast. You can hear about it. So I can, I
Thank
can,
you so much.
I can boost about it in my domain. So in my network. So it's good. Nice. I totally believe in you. So you also have a crew, I
Thank you
guess.
so much. Sorry?
You have a crew, you have a team, I guess.
No, I am building on it. I have a lot of like you said, that like you have a lot of faith in me. There are, touch wood, a lot of people who do
Hmm.
blindly believe in what I have to offer, and they think I am really talented, and I have to build on that. Like I said, I very recently left my job, so getting into an employee based lifestyle to an entrepreneur based lifestyle is something that I'm working on right now. So
Hmm.
very soon, yeah, very soon for sure.
Are you loving this life?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. And that is something that I was thinking about just yesterday. I gave myself a lot of time out in the nature, sitting in the garden, enjoying the breeze, and thinking about where my life is, where I want it to go. If something comes up to me, do I really know what I want out of it? So I did have a lot of that. But definitely one thing did come out of this, that this is something that I want to build on, and I'm happy with what I have.
Where do you see yourself down 5 years down the lane? I'm not taking an interview, just a
No,
normal
I
question.
get it. I've given interviews and I've worked with MNCs.
Yeah,
Interviews is not my problem.
that's the
Interviews is
question they
not my
ask. Right?
problem. But for sure, like I said, I want a team of like-minded, hardcore, passionate people who are willing to spread all of this goodness around in the world with me. You know, it doesn't have to be someone who believes in everything I do. If you think you're a great dancer, you come
Mhm.
along, you take care of that part. You think you're a great video editor, great, come and do that with me. I have a lot to offer for you too. And if you think that you are really spiritually inclined and you think that you have very hard skills that you can offer, like I
Mhm.
said, you know, um, there is Reiki, or there is dance movement therapy, or there is yoga, all of that. I want to be the person who is a big, big, big name in making others have a holistic well-being in life.
Nice. So nice to hear that.
Yeah.
All the best for your future.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It was great speaking with you.
We are
And
not
I
done
hope,
yet. Are you? Do you
oh,
think we are
I thought
done?
we were. I thought, yeah, I thought we were.
Okay. So if you want, then it's okay. It's totally fine. Hey, do you have something to do,
Sure.
or you can talk to?
I do have rehearsal. I took out 1 hour for this. So,
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
yes.
No, no issues.
But if you have any very pressing questions, I'll be happy to answer it. If
Um,
there's something that you really, really want to ask or you think our listeners uh, would really help them, I'd be happy to answer that.
so nice. Thank you so much. So there are two questions at the end that I ask my colleagues. So, what advice would you give to someone wanting to pursue a career similar to yours?
Yeah. Have a strong heart, to be honest. It's not easy on most days, especially if you like being somebody with a lot of things to do and you want to feel productive every day.
Hmm.
Just know that every day is not going to be the same. You have to have the heart to accept that, to keep working with that discipline or passion. The one thing that you should not
Okay.
lose sight of in this process of building yourself or building your passion is that your love should never die out for it.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
And what is the one common myth about your profession or field that you would like to debunk right now?
Oh, I would really want everyone to know to try it out once. You need to try it out once. You don't have to be a dancer. If you think you can't dance to save your life, I would strongly suggest you to come down and take a session with me. Dancing is not even one of the long in the long list of requirements.
Hmm.
The list is blank. You don't have to be a dancer. You don't have to be uh, medically diagnosed. You have to be human. You just have to be you. You have to exist to need or experience dance movement therapy. If you really feel that you want to feel um, better about
Hmm.
yourself, about the place you are in life, or just in general, just just take a session or just focus on dance movement therapy or do movement meditation. And if you need any help to do movement meditation, I'm right here. But don't think even for a second that you have to be a dancer or you have to be able to move your body to take dance movement therapy. Like I said, if your heart is beating,
Hmm.
if you are breathing, and if you're walking, if all of these rhythmic things are happening in your body, I'm sure movement meditation is just another rhythmic activity your body is going to do. So think about that.
Okay. And where can our listener connect to you, by the way?
Sorry.
Where can our listeners connect to you, or where do you stay? Where is your office so that they can go and attend if they want
For
to?
sure. See, right now everything is online, but you can definitely DM me or email me. So my dance handle is Dance with Neela, DanceWithNeela. That's how my name is spelled. So Dance with Neela is my Instagram handle, and from there you can easily email me or DM me. I'll be more than accessible.
Cool. And as a matter of fact, I will give all the links in the description. So no issues for that. I can just use that. Thank you so much,
That'll
Neela,
be
for your time.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was lovely. This conversation was lovely. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Same
much.
here. Same here. It was nice talking to you, and I will try that step that you had mentioned previously after this.
Yes. Do let me know how that goes.
For sure. For
Great.
sure. It was so
All
nice talking
right.
to you,
Thank
Neela.
you.
So on
Thank
that
you
note,
so much.
signing off. Bye.